I'm the CEO of a company called Leankor, and we work with Salesforce, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Force.com to deliver faster delivery of projects from quote to cash, compressing the time it takes so that you can invoice faster, bill your customers, and collect cash faster. I'm going to go over 4 specific customer use cases where they use Leankor and Salesforce to completely transform how these companies do their quote-to-cash process. We hear from a lot of different people in these companies, from a VP of operations, asking about lack of coordination between teams from the quoting process all the way to delivery, especially in engineering to order type situations, but also in other types of industries. And what we do is we integrate sales and engineering and quoting teams, delivery teams in the field into a cohesive real-time collaboration on the Salesforce platform. We also hear from general managers and CEOs, how can I see the real-time gross profit or P&L of each project and roll that up by division, by company? How do I see that? What we provide is real-time visibility across all your projects, all your processes, all the teams that are working together to try and get to the point where you can actually invoice your customers. We hear from the CFO all the time that they sell a deal, they close it, but they can never send that final invoice impacting cash flow in their company. We support cutting the cycle from quote to cash, quote to invoicing through better collaboration, better project management to deliver your projects faster. So let's start by going through one of the examples. This is Danaher, global Fortune 500 company. There's a subsidiary called Leankor Devices, and they have these global product teams that have to deliver software, firmware, hardware to biotech labs and biotech companies. Very complex. The problem they had was there was no real integrated workflow during the quoting, RFP, delivery when they closed the deal, all the way to delivering in the field the full solution to their customers. What Leankor provides as a native Salesforce Sales Cloud or Service Cloud solution is a way that they took in 2 weeks from the time they signed the order with Leankor, and we built the system for them. In 2 weeks, they were managing millions of dollars of delivery to their customers. How they do that? Number 1. They are a Lean Six Sigma shop. Everything is crafted around increasing the flow of work through the company and understanding the cycle time of how each individual step in their company behaves. They created what's called standard work templates in Leankor. What happens is they have a project roll-up board where you can see at the top right there, they control all the orders coming in, how it's progressing through the sales cycle, and how it's progressing through the delivery cycle once it's in the field. They also take one of these templates that they've pre-created, and it creates a total work breakdown of that delivery project, which can be viewed either in a Gantt chart calendar format or in what's called usually a Kanban format. You'll see more of this in Lightning as well, but also Leankor takes it 10 steps further with its added functionality. And then the management gets to see real-time analytics bubbled up from all these projects across their divisions and across the company in real-time analytical boards, pulling straight from Salesforce Lightning reporting. So let's take a quick look at Leankor. This is Leankor in Lightning, native, 100% native app. On the left here, you see we've gone into the templates that Leankor Devices created. And in a template, they have everything from project initiation, component orders, feasibility studies, build, execute, testing, acceptance, and training. It's all mapped out. And again, this is a template. This is a best practice that their teams have learned over time, is the way to compress the time from the time they close a quote to the time they deliver and can invoice. And you can even search for very specific work items in that work breakdown, and I actually, with a click of a single button, see the same work items. These are the same cards we saw before, but in a Gantt chart format with full dependency tracking and everything. This is all native, 100% native within the Salesforce Cloud. Okay, so next, still within Leankor Devices, we're going to take a look at some of their real-time projects. We're looking at a roll-up now across the division of the different projects going on. Now, each card here is a project or a delivery to a customer, and it goes through order, components, build, validation. You simply use your finger on a touch device or your mouse to drag it to different stages. It can be kicking off Process Builder or Flow Designer flows to update your ERP and other CRM-connected devices. You can drill into a single card and go and see This example is the University Lab of Baltimore. You can see the detail on that one card, the detail behind that project, and look at it as a calendar view and manage your project from here. You can even click on one of these activities. This is a real-time view, discussing it in chatter, asking the person, hey, why is this behind schedule? I've attached some requirements documents, I've attached information. Everything is targeted collaboration around that one activity on that project. So again, from the highest levels here all the way down to the detail of that project. And here, I can actually open directly in the Gantt chart view. So a lot of different teams work in lean or agile, where they use cart metaphors. Other teams work in waterfall, and they only want to work in Gantt charts. We support both with single clicks. It's totally configurable. So teams can work the way they want to be productive. Here's another one. Sonspace is one of our customers. Their problem was a little bit different. They have a huge channel base, dealers all over Canada and the US. Their scheduling order to cash through demand in real time to the factory was problematic, very, very problematic. They didn't have visibility, they didn't have connections to their dealers. Dealers were emailing in or faxing or whatever orders. So the whole problem is they needed to transform into a lean management platform using Salesforce. So the results of using Leankor were that they now have saved over 300 hours a quarter of just scheduling and resource management time just alone in that area, but they have also compressed the time it takes to manage all their delivery of projects. And so Sunco has a global dealer network. They log in through the Partner Communities portal. Partner Communities makes sure that each dealer only sees their one visual board. This is all native within Communities. They have their own board, and the dealer can now communicate in real time to the headquarters, who has their own internal view board, and the board is broken down into the stages or types of work. There's color coding, there's stickers on each card, and so Sales Order Control Board is not seen by the dealer network, but the dealer network can message them by just creating cards and moving cards around. They can put an order in their board, which then hits the control board, which then goes to the factory. They have a couple of different plants, and they can manage their own manufacturing Kanban, so you can do real-time, just-in-time delivery through a global network of channel partners, all on the Salesforce Sales Cloud. So any updates or delays from manufacturing ripples back to the control board, which ripples back to their real-time dashboard here, immediately informing the dealers of any issues. So let's take a look at how Sunco works. So here's Sunco's example in Leankor, native on Lightning. There's a dealer community here, so when Access Limited, when an employee from Access Limited logs into the Communities portal, they only see this board here. This is all they see. They don't see any of those other boards you saw in the demo there. And they can click down and actually clone a template card which has subtasks in it, a template card of a standard way that they interface with and send orders off and manage projects with Sunco. So they've cloned it, created an actual order in a project. They can update the status of the project, what percent complete. They're now in punch list phase. They've dragged it over. They're now communicating with the headquarters, with their supplier, Sunco. Again, this is the channel partner here that's alerting Tony Maibach here of some issues. And so the idea is that dealers now have real-time messaging all the way through to their supplier and back as well. So let's take a look at that. So now if I'm the Sunco sales operations or delivery operations folks, I can look at all the different factories as well, and I can go look at my factory east, factory west, and here this is a very simple board, but it's showing you how at the factory they can have different manufacturing lines that pull from production backlog into one of the lines, and from the lines into shipping. They can even see that this is for Reefport, which is an order from Access Limited, and now they've deep dived and drilled down into that card from the manufacturing board into now the dealer's board in the Communities portal. So here it fully integrates everything from your channel all the way to manufacturing and back in a very simple visual format. So that was a kind of a medium-sized company. Let's look at a bit larger company. This is a billion-dollar company, Horizon North Logistics. Their issue was from CBQ to order to cash, from that initial quoting to delivery, there was no real visibility and control over the process. They're an engineering to order type organization. And with Leankor, they share these boards for managing the complete quoting process, which has very specific stages, you'll see in a minute here, all the way through the delivery of that project. So again, they can actually invoice faster, improve resource visibility and resource management. So Horizon North builds entire camps or modular structures. Very, very large projects, sometimes $10 million projects, sometimes $50 million projects. And so what they do is they have a very specific, what they call their quote board, and they've broken down the quoting process into a visual framework, all native within Salesforce, fully integrated with Salesforce CPQ or the base Salesforce objects. And whenever a new quote comes in from the field, from the sales team, it'll generate on the general manager's management board a card indicating that they now have a quote or an RFP that they're working on. People can collaborate on that, and when someone moves it to quote 1, or the RFP came back, they won the RFP deal, it now takes from project template boards they've pre-created and generates the project from the template. And now that project, as it gets worked on and different cards are completed, it updates the parent card up here, the general manager's board. So the general manager is always visualizing an aggregate of what's going on across his or her domain or divisions, but down here, each project team has their own view of the project. So let's take a look at Horizon North here. So here they have their own current projects separate from templates. They have their own roll-up view project boards. They have a quotation board. Let's go into the quotation board. So what I mean by quotation board is, again, they've broken down from quote requested, pre-designed, build quote, submit quote to customer, revise, and either close won, close lost, or on hold. When you see on hold there, they can even have stickers or animations on the card to indicate to sales management what's going on with their deals. Now here, I'm searching for specific cards, ones that are stopped. When I search for stopped, it'll actually find the sticker that's on the card that's actually indicating that's been stopped and on hold. So they can actually filter very quickly information in different projects. From the quotation, once a quote is dragged to one, Camp Trailblazers is a fictitious project. We've kind of de-identified all their customers, obviously, but it's a project which has very specific work items, and you see here we're searching for work items that have to be expedited. And there's an expedite sticker on that one, and that's how we found that particular work item. But this is a work breakdown of an entire end-to-end project delivery, which on the side here I can actually click, and with one button click, view it in a Gantt chart to see the calendar, dependencies between items, and I can create dependencies as you see here, and collaborate with all the different people on the team. So here, I've clicked on the roll-up of all the different projects going on across the company, and so each card signifies one project. I can view that roll-up as a Gantt chart as well as a calendar. So these are all different projects going on, and there's the Camp Trailblazers project with a start and end date, and I can discuss with the project team any issues at that level through chatter. So I can drill into each one and discuss it in chatter, or I can chat at a higher level at my roll-up of all my projects at this level. Hayworth is a $1 billion manufacturer of furniture and glass walls. The glass walls division had an issue. So from order to cash, they have a very complex engineer-to-order type process. The solution they used with Leankor was to better integrate the Salesforce Sales Cloud and workflow across the teams as they're going from quote to project management. The result was faster delivery and being able to invoice faster to the customer base. So how did that work? Again, they're a Lean Six Sigma operation called the Hayworth Business System. So they require having what's called standard work, a standard way of actually building out each project. And so what happens is when a new project is initiated from Salesforce Sales Cloud, from an opportunity, it takes a template, creates a high-level order-to-cash card to manage that project through the process, and it takes one of these templates and clones it and creates the detailed project schedule. And that project schedule generates statistics on that project's health or that process, as well as the overall division's statistics. Let's take a look here. So Hayworth has broken it down into templates and current projects. Under current projects, you have here the Nike plant project. And they go into, now in their case, they wanted to do everything in a very waterfall project standpoint. So they use a Gantt chart tool from Leankor that allows them to edit any information, status information, owner, risk analysis, risk management. They can have risk reports that are actually bubbled up to the management team. And they can click on discuss and be discussing in real time with the project member who owns that activity, the status and any issues. So here you can see kind of the project view. Now let's take a look at kind of a higher level portfolio view. So over time, of course, you have many, many projects going on throughout your global organization. And so here, we have a number of projects, but what we want to do is look at kind of a portfolio view or a high-level view of all the projects rolled up. And so here, it's a similar looking Gantt chart, but in this case, each line item is a single project, and here's the Nike install project, and I can open that project directly from the portfolio. So I see high-level status, percent complete, any risk items in the portfolio, but now I've drilled down into the exact same Gantt chart you saw before, and here's the same discussion that was going on before as well. So you can have a bird's eye view portfolio across divisions within your company, but also specifically drill down into different aspects. And last but not least, of course, executive real-time reporting. So over time, as all these projects are going on, you can bubble up very feature-rich lightning reports and lightning analytics on what we call kind of our infinite dashboard. You can even have pictures of the expected results of the glass walls, in this case being Hayworth's main business, and you can drag and drop any number of other analytical reports straight from the Sales Cloud. So here you see that these are all different reports that Leankor provides out of the box from the Sales Cloud, but you can also, like I said, drag and drop any of them and create almost like a storyboard of analytics that speak to what you're trying to achieve with those analytics. Are you trying to look at overall delivery health of a division or a specific project or an overall company? And then down here, you see if I want to create a quick discussion thread beside one of the analytics, Leankor allows you to drag and drop a quick chatter discussion and an icon right on the surface. So Leankor provides kind of a generic surface to collaborate visually with different photographs, with real-time analytics, and with chatter discussions. You can see here, put a little exclamation point here for people to discuss an issue that the chart was showing. So last but not least, what we're doing with Salesforce is we've been selected to be in Salesforce's inaugural cohort 1 of their incubator, and we're working very closely with Salesforce CPQ to integrate from either CPQ or ERP systems, and when they actually have an order come in through the sales team, it generates from templates a Leankor project, generates the project, and now you're working across your global organization, different departments, to deliver that and invoice faster. KPI metrics are being generated in those dashboards I just showed you, and we're also reporting back to the ERP for billings back to the customer. So again, that was the Salesforce quote-to-cash Leankor solution that we're just now releasing and developing with Salesforce. Thank you very much. Again, it's Leankor. Our Twitter handle is @Leankor, and our website's www.leankor.com. Thank you very much.